This old man came to the same airport and sat on the same bench, waiting for someone who never arrived. Every day, the airport was full of noise, suitcases rolling across the floor, flight announcements echoing through the terminal, families hugging after long journeys. Some people were laughing, some people were crying, and some were finally reuniting with the people they loved. But near Gate 12, on an old metal bench, sat 78-year-old Mr. Kareem. He came there every single day. Same time, same bench, same quiet eyes staring at the arrival doors. People at the airport started noticing him. Workers, travelers, even the security guards. Everyone had seen the old man sitting there. One afternoon, a security guard finally walked up to him and gently asked, "Sir, are you waiting for someone?" Mr. Kareem smiled softly and replied, "Yes, my daughter." The guard looked confused. He asked, "Is her flight delayed?" The old man slowly shook his head and said something that surprised the guard. "No, her flight was 20 years ago." The guard didn't understand what he meant, but Mr. Kareem didn't explain. He simply turned his eyes back toward the arrival doors, watching, waiting, hoping that maybe, just maybe, the next person walking through those doors would finally be her. 20 years earlier, his daughter Aisha had left the country. The night before her flight, they had an argument, a painful one. Words were said in anger, words neither of them truly meant. The next morning, she boarded her flight and left. And after that day, they never spoke again. But Mr. Kareem never stopped believing that one day his daughter would walk through those airport doors again. So he kept coming, day after day, year after year, watching strangers reunite with their families, while he kept waiting for his own. Many travelers noticed him. Some whispered to each other, "Look, that old man is here again. I've seen him here before. Maybe he's just lonely." But nobody knew the real story. Until one afternoon, something unexpected happened. A little girl walked into the terminal. She looked around carefully, like she was searching for someone. Then she saw the old man sitting quietly on the bench. She slowly walked toward him, stopped in front of him, and asked softly, "Excuse me, are you Mr. Kareem?" The old man looked surprised. He nodded slowly. "Yes, that's me." The girl smiled and said something that made his heart suddenly race. "My mom told me to find you." Mr. Kareem's hands began to shake. His voice became quiet, and he asked, "Your mom, what's her name?" The girl answered, "Aisha." For a moment, the entire world around him felt silent. The airport noise faded away. Mr. Kareem's eyes filled with tears. "My daughter." The girl gently nodded. "She's outside." Mr. Kareem slowly stood up. For 20 years, he had imagined this moment. But as they started walking toward the airport exit, the little girl gently held his hand. Then she said something that stopped him. "My mom wanted to come inside, but she was scared." Mr. Kareem looked confused. "Scared of what?" The girl looked up at him. "She thought you might still be angry." Mr. Kareem's eyes filled with tears again. He whispered softly, "I stopped being angry 20 years ago." They reached the airport doors, and just outside, a woman was standing there, nervous, her hands shaking slightly, her eyes searching the entrance. When she finally saw him, she froze. Mr. Kareem looked at her and whispered, "Aisha." The woman's eyes filled with tears. She slowly walked toward him and said, "Dad, I'm sorry." Mr. Kareem gently shook his head and pulled her into a hug. "You came back. After 20 long years, they were finally together again. But just before leaving the airport, Mr. Kareem reached into his coat pocket and pulled out something old, a folded letter. It was the letter he wrote to his daughter 20 years ago, the letter she never received. Mr. Kareem looked down at it quietly, because what was written inside that letter could change everything. So now I want to ask you something. Should Mr. Kareem finally give his daughter that letter? If you think he should, write yes in the comments. And if enough people say yes, I'll reveal what was inside the letter in part 2.